We're here at the beautiful and unnatural, artificially constructed Fojnica here on August 8th, 2015. And we did discover that the Fojnica riverbed and riverbanks are artificial constructions, that this river course was created by the ancients who created the pyramids here and who created the artificial hills and other structures that line this river. So they tied their structures together at the base, and they were able to then decide where the water flow would go. And so we're going to look again. It's 3 days later. We're going to look again. The first video was August 5th, and this is August 8th. We're gonna look at another section right here. It's a little bit more placid, slow moving, and so we'll be able to wade in there, and we'll probably go over to that gravel bar there that has no doubt formed over the thousands of years since this pyramid complex was built. Let's just look right now at the Pyramid of the Sun. This is the tallest documented pyramid in the world. There may be taller pyramids on the planet, but this is the tallest documented one. I think that technically the base of the pyramid is in fact in the middle of that river, and then the base of the hill, that you can see that sign KTK Visoko there. So from the Bosnian River, just where it begins on the other side of that factory, there's a tunnel entrance, actually two tunnel entrances, and it's called KTK Tunnel. And so it's in that little hill there that is a constructed hill, since all these structures along the Fojnica River here are constructed all the way to Kiseljak. And if you look at my videos, finding the Pyramid of Remembering, finding the Pyramid of Solitude, finding the Pyramid of the Jewel, and finding an ancient artificial hill, you can see that from here to Kiseljak we have ancient concrete or ancient constructed clay and clay layer hills and pyramids. So the entire valley from here to Kiseljak, which is probably 10 kilometers, is constructed. There's no natural features, and there are massive, massive hills and massive pyramids all the way along it. So of course, to me, it's obvious that they would construct the riverbed to tie their structures together, because their structures are on either side of the Fojnica. Now, how far along the Bosnian River, over there, behind there, how many of those structures are constructed? I don't know. We'll find out soon. But today we're going to look at we're going to get into the Fojnica River, we're going to dig down, and we're going to see if it's concrete. So maybe they just did concrete just like this. That's what I expect to find.
When there's more rainfall, then maybe it helps to keep the river more controlled. You know, splits it up into two. Maybe breaks it a bit.
Well, we're going to get in it today, and we are going to discover what we can discover here in the Fojnica River, and we're just going to get inside of it.
Yeah,
okay.
Let's have some fun.
Yeah, we're going to have some fun.
Let's see if it's harder. It's gone quite deep here, and
it's still sand.
It's still sand.
Just found this thing.
Oh, okay.
I don't know if that's ancient or modern concrete, but it's clearly concrete as opposed to a stone.
Yeah. What I like about this is it's got all different types of stones, which is kind of what you see, you know, in the concrete on the pyramids. They're all small quartz.
We should keep this maybe as a sample.
Yeah.
Oh, brother, and there's another one too.
Yeah.
So it's not concrete, it's going to be clay. Those crazy ancients. Wow. But this is really heartening because with this beautiful textured clay. Nice job, Christoffer. All this textured clay, or clay and sandstone. It's exactly what we need to find.
Yeah, well done though. The big one, yeah.
And this other big one. Nice. We didn't even have to dig for this, huh?
No. So here.
Absolutely amazing.
I'm looking forward to seeing what else is up here.
Oh yeah, this whole, look at that, the whole thing. From there, all the way over to there, it's exposed. This is awesome, and it's all textured.
Like speed bumps.
Yeah. Speed bumps. The speed bumping of the ancients.
Slowing down the water.
What else can we find? Huge textured blocks of clay that aren't even flat. They're sort of inclined against the flow. And then there's the texturing, which is also creating turbulence against the flow.
And you can see the water is very... Oh, here we go.
Is there more?
It's oh, beautiful.
Oh my gosh.
There we go.
This is good.
More speed bumps.
More speed bumps. It's the speed bumping of the ancients again.
And if you look at the water, yeah, it's very...
Wow.
It's going very slow.
It is going very slow. So they speed bumped it and they angled it just slightly down in general so that the water would flow. He was a little bit perturbed that I was suggesting there was a river that was built here a couple days ago. But I think he'll be happy with this.
I think this is very interesting, yeah?
Yeah, look at this. This is unbelievable. Unbelievable. In the land of the ancients, it's so easy to find ancient work.
There's some block here.
Another block, and they've got some wood against it because it's stuck. Because the ancients said, we're not going to make it flat, we're going to make it inclined in to the downstream side. It doesn't make any sense because you'd think the water would get under it and upend it. It's exactly the opposite of what we would do. We would either make it flat or we would incline it this way.
Yeah.
Let's go upstream and see if we can find some more.
The braking system. It just feels good.
Well, plus the negative ions that are coming out of it
Yeah, absolutely.
from the rippling clay. They thought of everything. Semir talks about the angle of the Ravne Tunnel entrance. So he said the ancients brilliantly created a way for water to exit the tunnel at a 2-degree slope.
Wow, okay.
So maybe the 2-degree slope is here as well.
Yeah.
I can't wait to like find out more about our
heritage.
I don't know what to talk. Yeah, our heritage. I was going to say our universe. That didn't sound right. Heritage sounds better. Heritage sounds like what I wanted to say.
Ancient heritage.
Yeah. It's been in contact with water for thousands of years. How it could still be so hard. Wow. And that was the plate directly under it. That's wild. We got to take that. Because that's two different things at once.
I wonder if it was not exposed to the water. You know?
Yeah.
It got
oh, look, and it's textured on that side too.
Yep.
Goes down,
Yeah.
up. So this was the top maybe, and that was the flat side's the bottom. So a textured top, and as always, the other side is, or almost always, the other side is flat.
And why is it hard?
Yeah.
It's
Yeah.
soft, you know? Yeah, you can break it. You can break it much easier than it was just that piece, you know? That's interesting. But this is hard.
Alright. Interesting. So this was, and this kind of has a, look at this. Oh, I see. This was,
Stuck against this, yeah.
wait a minute, let me just see. Because this seems to have like a
It was a
molded feel to it, like there's some plant. Look at that. It looks like there's some plants or something molded against that when it was created. And we don't know where they're from. They could be from any of the structures lining the river, but they could be from the riverbed itself. I mean, everywhere you look, there's big, flattish plates. But this is textured on the top. Let's see, is that? Yeah. So that's textured on that side, right?
Yeah.
And then you turn it over and it's flat-ish. Which is, yeah, flat-ish. And this one's textured on this side, so we can expect that this will be flat-ish. Well, it's kind of hard to tell if that's really flat, but because there's some bumps there too. Yeah, Christoffer found us a nice answer to the puzzle, which was the claystone rippling blocks. Oh, is that your shoe? Nice catch.
Look at this.
Yeah.
Layers on top of layers, huh? Look at this one. It's on top of this one.
Okay, so
Nice
we
big
got this
block.
one, which is textured on top of this one, which is textured.
This is a thick one, yeah.
Super thick.
Definitely past 15.
Yeah.
You know.
30 centimeters.
I'd say about 30
Okay.
centimeters, yeah.
That's really thick too. That's probably what, 35, 40 centimeters
Yeah.
thick. And we got this massive beast here.
It's honestly, it's exquisite.
Yeah. To have lasted so long. Yeah, you can really see the layering here.
Yeah.
One on top of another. Different thicknesses. Sort of scalloped there. We've seen that before, but
Yeah.
sometimes it's not scalloped, sometimes it is. And then the broken piece is kind of sitting against it.
Yeah.
Sitting on top
Textured
of it.
as well.
Textured as well, yeah. And if people could come here, they could and feel how hard these are. They're not like, it's not like you could. It'd be really hard to break a piece off. I mean, maybe you could do it with some kind of tool. But what we'd need to get a tool to break it off, because no one would believe if we just took a little piece like that. That wouldn't mean anything because we don't know where that came from. So we need a piece that that comes off on video right here. You know.
Yeah. This is like the clay stuff.
Yeah. Yeah.
Broken. It's like semi-hard, you know?
Yes.
It's not completely hard, but
But brittle.
yeah.
Like glass is hard but brittle. Inclined against the flow.
Exactly where it's needed as well.
And I wonder if this, yeah, this looks like it's tied to that too. It's like one piece, even though it's also got an individual edge, it's also tied in as one piece to this thing. And this is probably tied in as one piece to the next, even though it's got its individual thickness too. So the entire riverbed, if it's tied together, it's going to be incredibly strong. One piece that snapped off, as Shawn said. Wow, big piece.
It's a decent sized piece.
Yeah. Yeah.
Really does slow the river. If you look at it from this side,
Yeah.
see how it would stop the water from going in this direction. It's coming around a corner.
Yeah.
It's coming around a corner, so there's still that curve momentum. So the water's still being curved, and these things are basically there at the right place if you look at them
Yeah.
to keep the river going in the right direction. You know?
Interesting, interesting. Look how steep they are against the flow of the water. I mean, it's incredible.
I get a good shot from there.
And the flood that came through here, the incredible floods, did not take these out. Because they're so strongly connected to other stones below them. They're textured and angled. We got to get a sample from one of these somehow. Maybe.
Shitload of it.
I mean, we could take a huge stone back, but it'd be nice to take a small piece.
It's still there.
The layers.
Oh my god, man, this is so awesome.
I'm just going to take this sample right here. We see it on video, blam. I'm taking this little tiny piece, and we're going to see what the heck it is. I bet you it's all clay.
Yeah, definitely. Oh, that's so awesome. It's so awesome.
So they decided to make really thin layers here for some reason. But then suddenly it gets a little bit thick. Let me just grab this guy too, if I can. Oh no.
Can't get it, but
It's okay, that's okay. I got this little guy on video.
save weight.
Bam. Yeah. But I want to get a bigger piece too, maybe down there. More clay layers angled against the flow of the water. Look at that, steeply. It's like the Titanic going down.
It carries all the way, huh?
Yeah, it carries all the way across, shaping the course of the river, shaping the speed of the river, scalloped edges. Maybe the scalloped edges are like, hey, we want even more turbulence, so let's scallop the edges too.
Yeah.
Clay angled against the flow. Another one.
It's almost creating turbulence is a vortex. What does vortex do? It either generates energy or it picks up energy, you know? Carries energy.
Plates inclined against the flow.
And see, at some point they get more like megalithic.
Yeah.
Bigger, you know?
Yeah.
And at some point they're really thinner. Oh, look at that.
Got a guy fishing. These aren't quite as steep, it looks like. More plates inclined against the flow. What do we got? Good, because that's just massive, right? This is where we should bring the scientists, right here. We should get a sample from this massive behemoth. Wow. You got it?
A piece, yeah.
Dobro? I'm still on the piece, I'm still on the piece, I'm still on the piece. I'm gonna go into the river, I'm still on the piece. It's one piece. One piece, one piece. One piece, still one piece. Let me just see if I can get it all on the camera. I can't even fit it all into the camera. Still one piece. So we've got these circular ring-like layers here, leading all the way up there.
Wow, one's falling down there.
Oh yeah.
That is impressive.
So what do you think the thickness of that is in centimeters or?
And once again, you get this specific layers. You know, you have the thick layers, and then you have the clay, this beautiful clay,
Yeah.
and then you have a little bit thinner layers of stone, beautiful clay again, and then another thinner layer of stone. And
Right.
this thick layer, Jesus. And it's textured underneath. Yeah.
Or textured on top,
Yeah.
depending on how it fell. Beautiful texturing on that thing, and that's probably 5 feet by 4 feet right there. And then this thing's like 6.5 feet by about 2.5 feet. Just it fell out here.
Yeah.
So, and that just came off from a much larger layer.
Now you know why there's more reinforcement around this corner, because look what it's done to this wall
Yeah,
already. This is from the water coming
right.
past.
Yeah, it just scooped it out right from underneath that layer there. And all these layers, different sizes, and they're all inclined against the water, interestingly enough. Layers just keep going. Fishing in the artificial river. Hey Shawn, that's where the end of where I was in the other video.
Oh yeah?
So we're pretty much close to that.
Yeah, I'm looking forward to seeing that, because that looks it starts looking more and more interesting.
Look at
It's
this.
really
This is like sculpting instead of texturing. Look how scalloped that is.
pretty geometric.
Geometric is the word.
So what do you say about the thin layer?
Layers, layers, layers.
We work to construct things on this planet, you know, and if we can construct them in a natural way, in a harmonic way with the planet, with new technology, then we can replicate some of this stuff. Yeah, we can replicate some of this natural looking clay and rocks to function for a specific reason.
Ancient anti-flooding system.
Yeah.
And what'd you say, Christoffer?
Anti-flooding system.
Anti-flooding. That's a good.
Absolutely.
Because he was talking about a break to create turbulence to create energy, and you're saying anti-flooding, which is also
The same. Oh, yeah.
it's the same structure with another purpose.
Yeah, the rivers, the pyramids, it's all artificial, but it's been created with a way that it's harmonic with nature, it's harmonic with everything. You
Yeah.
know, the flow, you know, it's just...
Well, building a river is a new idea, but it seems like it's the oldest idea around,
Yeah.
as far as the ancients are concerned. And look at this incredibly deep sculpting of the rock. It's like
This would allow things to stick more. You know, you put a layer of clay
yeah,
in between that and two surfaces like that, and it would make it a much more stable layer.
yes. And there's also the idea that Sue Jones had in Ravne, which comes in saying that the ancients wanted to have curved lines because the energy flows with a curve, but not a linear
Exactly.
shape. Angled clay layers. We couldn't find more evidence. I mean, there's no way to find. There's so much evidence here.
Yeah, this can't.
It's crazy. Say again?
It can't be natural.
Yeah, it can't be natural. There's so much evidence that I have to go fast to get it all in. It's not like where you go on an archaeological dig and there's like one thing you find in a week. More clay layers, aligned against the flow. Holy Moses! Look at this thing. And that's a big layer. Against the flow, against the flow.
It really seems to be helping to direct the river. So it comes down this way and then it curves.
Oh yeah,
It curves almost telling the river
that's true.
to go this way. Saying
That's
go
true.
this way, you know?
That's true. It does curve, doesn't it?
And it's always on the corner. You see it on the left hand side, but you don't see it on the right hand side. These are acting as a braking system for the water and to
Yes.
direct the water. Then they are actually on the right side of the river because that's where they need to be. On the left side, you're not going to find any of it because it doesn't need to be braked on the inside, only really on the outside to.
Oh, because that's
direct the water.
the curve coming
Yeah.
around. Yeah.
So all of that is directing the water. This would help to, keep diverting the river into the right direction.
Right.
Yeah.
And so you're saying, and it comes along straight, so it's perpendicular to the flow, and then suddenly it curves, curves off,
Beautiful.
and says, "Hey, come this way."
Yeah.
And it also goes down, giving it some more space
Yeah.
to be. Just a scouting expedition. We're not archaeologists. But then, what school in archaeology trains you to find a built river?
Yeah. And where do you find archaeologists that are? Where the hell are the archaeologists here doing the work? You know.
Yeah, I don't see any.
Where are the volunteers and where are the archaeologists?
The volunteers are digging like crazy, but we've got no archaeologists except for Anella,
Yeah.
and she's one person in a huge pyramid complex. Okay, so I got this on the last video. This was the last part that I looked at. So this completes the 1 kilometer trek.
Artificial or natural? You have these veins directing the water. That's a speed bump.
Speed bump.
Maybe allowing the water to filter through a little bit slower.
And there's another
Almost.
speed bump up there.
Once again, the biggest part of the speed bump is on the left hand side, so it's directing the water into that channel there. Here it's slowing it down so that probably can continue redirecting it
I see.
downstream, Normally, think about this.
Yeah.
If the river comes rushing this way,
Yeah.
then all of this should be really worn out, and there it should be still full of rocks. But it's the opposite way around, Most of the rocks, the speed bumps are on the left-hand side, So,
And these rocks aren't just probably sitting on top of something. They're probably glued somehow to the bed itself.
yeah. Well,
Because otherwise the flood would have taken them away a long time
absolutely,
ago.
yeah.
Or,
Just layers and layers, huh?
yeah,
You can see it.
right.
These ones are really tough or something, because these layers just really have blended together. Not like the other ones breaking apart over there.
Right.
Why did they, why are these thicker? Why are these a little bit tougher than those ones down there? But they really seem like artificial stones.
Yeah. And then there's the next layer, also inclined, is here.
Exactly.
And then
There's a nice.
we see more. That one's super textured there.
Yeah. You see, beautifully angled,
Yeah.
just trapping the water, so that it helps it to just keep diverting it that way again. And it's that angle just seems to go so well. With the direction of the water. So.
And that whole speed bump, as you call it up there, is the same angle as that is.
Exactly. Yeah.
So it's kind of like telling the water.
Turning the water.
Yeah.
See that? It's turning the water.
Genius. It's genius.
Genius, absolutely. So the angle is actually helping the water to curve into another direction. Basically what it's saying is that you can curve water with an angle.
Yeah. And you can also slow it by inclining it up against the flow.
Exactly.
And you can slow it by texturing the rock, which is what they did there.
That's incredible.
They probably said, we want a curve here.
Yeah.
And then if we're going to have a curve, we want to make sure it lasts and doesn't undercut our structures.
Yeah.
So then we're going to do this.
Yeah. And if this has been around for 30,000 years,
Yeah.
then, and it's still functioning this way,
Yeah.
can you imagine in the past, you know, when it was built?
Yes.
This place must have been like one massive, super beautiful, mysterious amusement park, you know, where you come here and you bathe in the energy and you swim in the river and,
Yeah.
you know, you just, it must have been
Amazing.
fantastic, yeah. It's a lovely piece here.
It's really lovely. Work of art, and it's not just above the water, but it keeps going all the way down.
Yeah.
Wow.
And then, all this stuff.
Look at this texturing, it's really deep sculpting. Amazing.
Channeling the water to that side, breaking its course in two.
Wow.
Why is it just there in the middle,
Yeah.
you know?
And then you've got that other break, little mini break over there.
That's it, yeah. And then one here also to disturb a
There.
little bit,
Yeah.
you know?
Little break there.
The stream has been split up into two already, there and there.
Show again.
Yeah. So on the left
Oh yeah.
and on the right, in the middle of the breaks, and then redirects the left side of the stream back into the right side.
Right. So that we don't get the erosion on the left,
Yes.
which you'd expect with this
Exactly.
curving river whipping around here, and all the force
Would take all of this out, yeah.
would take all this out. In modern day, they reinforced it even more with their own concrete there.
Amazing.
So that's our way of doing it, sort of sloppily, and their way is sort of elegantly stair-stepping their clay.
Genius.
Genius.
Genius. We're slowly getting to a point where we have the understanding and the technology to understand this, first of all, to recognize it, and then maybe one day to create the same thing as well. This is the best technology you can ever have because it's in harmony with the planet, it's in harmony with nature, and there's no pollution, there's no guilty feelings, you know, there's no fear of killing your planet or polluting your planet. It feels good. It's a clean conscious, you know, and this is important.
So 10 years ago, one man said there's pyramids here, and then little by little, scientists have been coming here like a constant stream, adding their little bits of information, their insights, their hypotheses, and then because of all that dedicated focus on this pyramid complex, then we are inspired to come to the river to see maybe this is built, and that's crazy, but because of the support we've had for 10 years of people taking a chance, going out on a limb scientifically, hypothesizing wild ideas about the past, we came here and now we're finding something that is evidence of something.
Yeah. Even more incredible.
Something is happening here, it's not just natural.
Yeah. And why not build your own river for your own pyramid complex? Why not? Yeah, why not? If you have the power to do it, you know, you want to make it efficient and exactly what you want. Hey, I think building a riverbed is actually the easiest thing compared to whatever else structure they have around here. This is simple. This is layered clay and stone or special stone, and this is what you find all over the pyramids. Well, you know, here you can find it in the riverbed, and it's really easy. You don't have any concrete blocks in it. You don't have to just probably laying it down and making sure that it's flowing in the right direction.
You know, it's funny because I thought that it was going to be, as they say in Bosnian, beton, concrete.
Beton.
But it's not concrete. That's how we would have done it. We would have laid concrete flat and just said, go here. But they didn't do that. They laid these incredible angled, textured, doubly angled. One's inclined, one's angled, against the flow to break it.
Yeah. And using really natural, non-polluting products to create whatever structure they wanted to create.
They last, so you don't have to do it again. You just do it once.
Yeah. And it doesn't pollute, it actually makes you healthier.
The scientific, technological remedy to our way of doing things is right here.
Yeah. We just have to understand what it is, and once we do it, it will all make sense.
To be inspired to change our way of thinking, come to the Bosnian Pyramids.
Absolutely.
the braking system. It's not flat across. They don't have many. Here there's just a big pool where it just, the water can come in and slow.
Yeah, and it's still layered.
And it's still layered below.
Still layered, yeah.
Yeah.
It's all layers.
Yeah, you can see the, but they said we're gonna have a dip here. We don't need to have it all the way up.
And they're all doing the same thing. So many years to think it can change.
This other one, still there,
Exactly. Exactly. Yeah,
That's what I think.
in a way, if this is supposed to wear out naturally, then the curvature is going to allow natural wearing, so that even after a long time, it looks like it would still be there.
Yes.
And we still have to direct, even though it gets worn or eroded away, it still helps to direct the river.
Yes, a little can come off and the basic structure will still be there.
Exactly. Yeah, it's still doing its basic duty.
Wow. There's a great restaurant here.
Yeah.
Yeah. We should go to lunch. Let's do it. You guys want to go to lunch?
Let's go to lunch. Yeah. Absolutely. You have your own tire.
Yeah.
Okay, they're getting in. Can they do it? Yes. It has been accomplished.
Well, they've got a few steps to go now.
All right, so this is one of the samples from the expedition on August 8th into the Fojnica River. This is from one of the clay structures that forms the river. It's a very, 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 very thin piece, one of the thinnest pieces from one of the thinnest plates that we could find, because the other ones are too big and too thick to actually break off. So we're going to find out what this is. Okay, I'm going to run it underwater. And this is, I'm going to make this cold water. So that's cold right there. And I'm going to just do this. And we are going to find that it is what we know it is. Hold on. I'm just rubbing it. And it's clay. We knew it was clay because we have eyes. We do not have a degree from Yale in geology, but we do have eyes and we know what clay is.